Whoa. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How's it going on this Wednesday, January 5th, 2021? First show of the new year. Very excited to talk about my favorite horror movies from the previous year of 2021. So, tonight's show, I figured why the hell not do a top five best horror movies from 2021. What about 2022, Kim? But I figured, why not? This was supposed to be behind the mask episode with myself and James. Obviously, James was unable to be here tonight, so he told me to go ahead and just do it on my own. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the best I can by myself with what I got. Obviously, it won't be as fun bouncing ideas back and forth off one another. But shut up, Kimmy. I did. I thought I said January 5th, 2022. But this is January 5th, 2022, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for pointing that out if I misspoke. But yeah, so without James, it's going to be a little bit different, obviously. You know, it's like my better half is not here, but we're going to make do with what I got. Obviously, you guys know when it comes to horror movies, I am actually very, very picky. I'm not one that's going to sugarcoat stuff and pretend to like stuff in deep down, which I hate, just to please the viewers or whoever. That's just not what I do. Obviously, my opinions are, they're pretty crazy sometimes. And most of the time people disagree with what I have to say, but that's fine. And that's what makes it all different. And that's what makes movies amazing. The different opinions we got. So I figured, why not give my top five from 2021? Like I said, being as busy as I am, with the kids and the family and the wife and whatnot and work, I don't get to see as many movies as I would like to. So obviously I haven't seen them all. I wish I did. And then there's just other movies that I have no interest in seeing. I mean, if I eventually get around to doing them, that's great. If I don't, not a big deal whatsoever. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have as your top movies of 2021. I know I can think of a bunch that are probably going to be on the list, but definitely, if you're watching this after the fact, definitely leave your favorites in the comment section below. I'd love to see what you guys are thinking, what you guys are ranking high from 2021. There was a lot to choose from. There definitely was. So I'm very interested into seeing what you guys have to say. But that's it on that. And then next week's show was also going to be, another behind the mask with James, but he's unable to make that one as well. So that's just going to be me solo again, talking about my most anticipated movies of 2022. And that includes horror in every genre. That's just not going to be horror based. So that's going to be a little bit different for me as well. You guys know that I don't usually venture too far outside of the horror genre, but I'm going to do it for you guys next week. So hopefully you'll come back and we can discuss what movies you guys are looking forward to next week. But tonight we're talking top 5 horror movies from 2021. And I'm very excited to dive into this. Let's see. First off and foremost, I should say Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you guys had a great holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, hope that was badass. If you guys celebrated Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, if you don't celebrate anything, just hope you had a good time during December and into early January, and hope your New Year's has started off great. Looking forward to doing some more stuff on the channel. Looking forward to working more behind the scenes stuff with Slay at Night. Yes, Slay at Night, the Strangers fan film that myself and James Grimm are working on. Very, very, very excited to show you guys what we got going on. There's obviously stuff going on behind the scenes right now. Working on casting a little bit, working with our boy Tyler, getting the outline of the film put together. He's going to write a couple pages of script and get that over to us to check out. So I'm looking forward to that and seeing what he's come up with. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that, because there aren't too many Strangers fan films out there. If you go search on YouTube, there's not that many. But we're going to do the best we can do. We have a lot of ideas, and we're looking to shoot this hopefully, if all things go according to plan, next February, and hopefully there will be snow flying because this is going to be the strangers in the snow, the strangers around Christmas time. So it's going to be a whole new element of the strangers that nobody's ever seen. So, and we already got some people lined up to play these strangers. So hopefully we just got to talk to them and make sure everything's right with them, and could be making some casting announcements within, I don't know, the next few months or so. So anything updated, you can check out on our IMDb page, which will be at Slay at Night. Our Instagram page, Slay at Night, obviously, and obviously on James and myself's Facebook pages. So stay tuned for that. But how are you guys all doing tonight? Were your holidays awesome? Were they chaotic? Let me know. Let me know how it was. And like I said, if you guys, anybody's out there is looking forward to support this channel in any way, shape, or form, obviously, you can go over to my Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com. I believe it should be under Facci Cinema, but it still might be under Futch Monster Cinema. One or the other, if you guys are interested in doing that. Also, feel free, if you guys are feeling crazy, I do accept super chats if you guys are feeling crazy. Not expected, obviously, but I appreciate anyone that I get for sure. So, if you're feeling extra crazy, they're welcome as well. So, let's get this show rolling. Who do we got there today? We got Boogman, Chris Snyder, my sister Kimberly. What's up, Marty McFly? Hopefully, more people come in. I know YouTube has been down. Like, view counts have been down. I mean, obviously the holidays caused that, so I'm gonna keep rolling. If anybody comes in, I'll gladly recap what we got. But like I said, there was a ton of movies that came out in 2021. James Grimm, my dude, I wish you were on here with me because this is not as fun without you, just so you know. Not at all. Not at all. There's a lot of films that came out, though, very divisive ones, talking about Malignant, talking about Halloween Kills. Those were two films that kind of either love it or you hate it. There was no down the middle in those two. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of those make my list. You guys probably know already how I feel about both of those films. And like I said, there was a bunch of films that I have not seen yet, which I'm disappointed in myself for not seeing them. But, end of the day, family always comes first over doing this. So more time I get to spend with them, the better. The movie stuff comes second. That's for sure. It's all right, James. You get all your stuff together, brother, and I will be here waiting for you when you come back, no doubt. All right, guys. So, I mean, I had my 5 movies written down and everything. I didn't really have them in a particular order because I really enjoy my top 5 movies. But I think my number 5 is going to be a crazy shock to some of you guys because obviously it's one of my favorite franchises ever. So, I mean, you guys probably can know what that's going to be. And my number 5 film of 2021 is going to be Halloween Kills. I know you guys are shocked. I'm the Halloween guy, right? The freaking Halloween guy. But Halloween Kills just didn't fully do it for me. It had Myers doing what Myers does. I mean, it was fantastic watching him kill and kick ass. But the dialogue was horrible. We all are well aware of that. Tommy Doyle was handled not the way that I wanted him to be handled. His character seemed kind of forced. Like, that's not the way he would have developed, I guess, from 1978. And I don't know. I like Anthony Michael Hall. I just don't know if he gave it his all for the performance and nailed it or not. I really wish he would have done a better job because I wanted to love his character, but I could not. Like I said, the flashback scene, incredible. 1978 to a T. The look, the feel, the vibes, Myers, even seeing Dr. Loomis, dude, crazy. They zoomed in. That kind of downgraded a little bit for me, but I still had a good time with it. Still very much enjoyed it. So it had to make my list of top 5. I know a lot of people don't even have it in their top 10. But we all know by now that I didn't watch 10 movies, so we ain't gonna do that. So Halloween Kills number 5. I mean, I wish I could have put it higher. I really do, but I just didn't have those vibes for me that I wanted. I mean, upon first watch, scratching my head, clueless, had no idea what I just witnessed. I watched it a few more times, definitely enjoyed it a lot more. It definitely went up. The more watches that I had, definitely went up for me. But it's still couldn't crack any higher than top 5. So number 4 for me, I know a lot of people split up the trilogy that I'm about to mention. I'm just going to count it as a whole, and I am talking about the Fear Street trilogy. And I know a lot of people are fans of 78 and 1666. I myself, I actually like 19. Ah, shit. See how bad I am? Very unprepared. What is it again? Let me look. 1994. I like 1994 for some reason. I don't know if it's because it had a little bit of a Scream vibe with the way the killer looked or whatnot, but I definitely enjoyed that. I've really dug that a lot. I did like 78. I mean, it was the camp slasher setting, which is amazing. You cannot beat the camp slasher. It takes you right back to the 80s. Jason, Friday the 13th, The Burning, Sleepaway Camp, even though I don't like that movie very much. Takes you right back there, and I thought it was fantastic. But 1666, obviously, not my cup of tea. I am not one for period pieces like that, so I had to. That's probably near the bottom. My favorite part of that is when it's split in half and went back to 1994 part 2. But I'm talking overall as a whole, all 3 movies, very unexpected, satisfying trilogy. Me and the wife watched them every week consecutively that they came out. Even she liked them. So they did something right, because she doesn't really like horror movies that much. But Halloween Kills, on the other hand, dude, she did not like Halloween Kills whatsoever. John Henderson, my man, how goes it? Were you a fan of Halloween Kills or the Fear Street trilogy, my friend? Yeah, so it's probably shocking that I put the Fear Street trilogy above Halloween Kills, but that's just where I had to put it, and it is what it is. It's gonna be a quick live stream, guys. Quick live. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to do this pre-recorded, so I figured why not just do a live stream. If anybody hops on, cool. If nobody hops on, whatever. It is what it is. So my number 3 is this is I gotta go here. Willy's Wonderland. I know my boy Brad from Good Real Hunting absolutely hates this movie. He hates it. I, on the other hand, absolutely love it. I thought Nicolas Cage was fantastic. He did the role without even saying anything, because I don't believe he talked for like the whole movie. He just had his watch on and drinking his energy drinks. It's like me delivering the packages for FedEx, just cracking all my monsters and doing what I got to do. That's what that kind of reminded me of. But Willy's Wonderland was just fun. I knew nothing about it going in. I think my kids knew more about it than I did. Most people probably think the theme song and all that stuff is annoying. I freaking loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I know they're big animatronics at a Chuck E. Cheese-like restaurant killing people, but I freaking had a blast. I can't believe it took me so long to even see this movie, because it came out a while ago, and I waited and just never wanted to give it a shot. And then I watched it and freaking fell in love with it. I can't believe that it was bloody, it was gory, it was fun, it was hip. It was everything that I wanted it to be without even knowing what it was. I just had a really great time. So if you're looking to kick back, shut your brain off for a little while, this is kind of the movie you want to put in, because you don't need to think. Just sit back and watch the silliness and the craziness happen. And I don't really hear it get talked about too much. I think it should, because it's one of Nicolas Cage's best roles, if I say so myself. I think that Michael Myers mask up here, the Nicolas Cage Halloween 5 mask, would agree. It was a good movie. Fun as hell is what I would say for that one. But to break this up a little bit, this is actually probably my favorite movie from 2021. I watched it the most times. Let me know what you guys think. Here we go. That was my favorite movie of 2021, and I think James Grimm could agree. I think he would agree with me on that. Antonis, what's up, buddy? He says my favorite horror movie of 2021 was Candyman. We shall see if it's on my list. We shall see. Like I said, I didn't get to see as many of these movies as I would have hoped, but I had to make my list, and these are my top 5. John Henderson says, I'm honored Nick Mupangano will be painting James Grimm 07 blank. That's awesome. That is so cool. My boy James is amazing. He really is. Okay. This might piss some people off too. My number two. Let me see. Where gotta pull it up. Here we go. My number 2 for you guys. I think this is gonna get a lot of hate. Is Spiral from the Book of Saw, Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. Just saw this movie for the first time about 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know what took me so long to see it. I know a lot of people don't like it. They think Chris Rock is overselling the role. He's always yelling. Yes, he always is yelling, but that's just how he is. Like, that's his personality. It's kind of hard to take that part out of his acting. But it might be biased just because I like Chris Rock so much. And Samuel L. Jackson was in this for the limited time that he was. He was great as well. I really dug this movie. I enjoyed this a lot more than most of the Saw films, to be honest. I know a lot of people have this one ranked towards the bottom. I'm the opposite. I have this ranked more towards the top. I think this one didn't seem as, dirty and gross and disgusting as the later sequels in the Saw franchise. It was nice to get away from John Kramer. Obviously, we love him as Jigsaw, Tobin Bell, but it was nice to go a different direction. I know a lot of people, seeing the twist coming a mile away, and honestly, when I watched it for the first time, I mean, it did seem kind of out of place, and like they kept focusing on Charlie or whatever the fuck his name was. I know he said he had a son named Charlie, but they kept focusing on that guy, that detective. And I was like, maybe, but he seems kind of nice. Damn, John Henderson, he hated the movie. You hated Spiral. I freaking loved it. I freaking was like upset once I watched it the first time. I just kept wanting to rewatch it. I know the games weren't as twisted and sick and whatnot, but that didn't bother me at all. Like I said, I didn't have high expectations going into it, so I really wasn't let down by anything. I just had a really good time. I was really focused in on it. Like I said, it's probably because Chris Rock, something about Chris Rock that I love, even though he just yells the whole entire time. He only has his voice only has one register of sound, and it's just loud and obnoxious. But it works for me. I don't know why. And it helped that I don't know if she was like the captain or what, but she's pretty damn sexy. So that might have added to it as well. If I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just had a good time with it. And I don't know. It wasn't like when I walked out of Halloween Kills and I was confused and I didn't know which way to go. When I watched this movie, I wasn't confused. I wasn't like upset. I had a blast. Had a good time. I thought the end game thing was pretty cool. Actually, he just said, shoot that target or shoot me, and then what's he do? He shoots the target to free his dad because he loves him, and then he gets strung up like a freaking marionette puppet. It was amazing. Sean Henderson says worse than the series for me. Jigsaw was a bad movie too. I would say Jigsaw is probably one of my probably the worst for me if I'd have to rank them. Which I'm planning on doing the Saw series later down the road, but at this point, honestly, doing YouTube videos and doing live streams is getting to the point where it's kind of a waste of time. I know everybody says don't do it for the views and don't do it for the likes and don't do it for the blah blah blah. Deep down they want to see people watching their stuff. And I said this on the channel many times, and me and James talk about this all the time behind the scenes. When you put a lot of effort into stuff, into videos, and you edit them and do all that stuff and then put it out and get no views, it kind of lowers your morale and lowers your drive to do this. As fun as it may be, it really does. I know people are busy and I know they can't watch everything all the time, but when some people put out stuff and get tons of views and then other people put out stuff they work just as hard on and get 20, 30 views, it kind of hits you right in the chest. You know what I'm saying? But like I talked to me and James said, we're still going to, like our Scream series we did. We thought it would have been, a hit. We thought people would have really liked it. The top moments in the Scream franchise, being that Scream is coming out next week. And it didn't hit for us at all. Like none of them. Like maybe the first one we thought would have been awesome, and then maybe down, but no, they were all flat across the board. And but like I said, I've noticed, watching Drum Dum's channel, watching, Dave McRae, watching anybody, the inner circle that I associate with, Good Will Hunting, Chris Snyder, views are down. Views are down. People are doing other things. They're not worried about YouTube and watching. So I get that, but it does get a little upsetting sometimes. JKL says Candyman was so good. Yep. No one's gonna like my top then, because I've not seen Candyman. I had no urge to see it, to be honest. Well, I might get around to watching it. I think I froze up. Did I freeze up, guys? Let me know. You guys got to let me know. Let me see. Usually don't have this problem. Yep, definitely froze up. Let me see something. Let me see something. How about now? I should be unfrozen now. Freaking internet. Let me check. Check. Mic check. 1, 2. I think I'm good now. Yeah, but sorry. Well, let me get back to what I was saying. Yeah, I know, like I said, views are down and whatnot, and we're still gonna keep pumping out the stuff. We're not gonna stop. I do get enjoyment about doing this. This is definitely a hobby that I picked up, back before when COVID-19 ramped up. I waited, worked behind with Drum Dums and Lee McCoy, my boy, and he said, there's no better time than now to do this. So I gave it the best shot, and I've been doing it ever since. Been going strong for a little over a year and a half now. And thanks, Antonis. I appreciate that, man. Doing this for over a year and a half now, and met some amazing people, amazing friends that never thought I would ever, ever meet, and have gotten amazing opportunities to work with, obviously, way bigger YouTube channels than me. Drum Dums, Wolfman's Got Nards, my man Barry over there, Dave McCrae, Braden Timmons, obviously James Grimm. We became very good friends. We talk on a daily basis. We do shows together. For doing a damn movie together. Obviously, can't beat that stuff, you know. Who else? The Slaughtered Lamb podcast, you know. Frank and Darren. That's freaking amazing. The people that I've gotten to work with. Goodwill Hunting, Chris Snyder, obviously having Destiny on the channel many times. Kyle from Flet's House of Horror. There's just so many good people out there that I've met, and you know, I definitely wouldn't trade that in for anything. And I'm gonna keep doing what I do. If I get the views, fine. If I don't, you know, it is a little bummer, but we're gonna keep going. So enough with the rant. And coming in at number one for me for 2021 is A Quiet Place Part 2. Absolutely loved it. A Quiet Place, the first one, didn't like it. I thought it was overrated. And I took a lot of heat for that. You know, that was a classic. That was amazing. It had so much mood and atmosphere and character development and emotion. And Nick, what's going on, buddy? How are you? One of the best Myers mask makers I've ever seen. But I got to go with The Quiet Place Part 2. A lot of people said this movie didn't have emotion. This movie didn't have this or have that. I absolutely loved it. I loved it, tenfold compared to the first one. This one had a lot more action. The monsters looked great. Everything about this one for me was better. You know, it was better. Nick, I'll stop when you stop making awesome masks. Happy Sanjo, what's up, buddy? How are you? So Quiet Place Part 2 for me, I mean, Emily Blunt was great. I'm not good with names. I hope that's her name. I'm gonna sound like a total jackass. And then you can tell I don't prepare for these things very well. And then the dude who was the main guy, the fucking scarecrow, Cillian Murphy? Is that his name? Something like that? The guy from Batman, the Scarecrow? I thought he was fantastic. I liked him way, way more than John whatever. Yeah, the guy who made the movie. I'm not good with names. I'm sorry. This isn't like Halloween franchise where I know everything. The Quiet Place Part 2 for me was amazing. It had everything I wanted. The monsters were great. The action was great. It opened up the world to a bigger area compared to where they were just on that farm in the first one. I thought how they said there was no emotion. I thought the daughter grew to love, Cillian Murphy's character. I thought it was fantastic. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, my boy Barry from Wolfman's Got Nards had Quiet Place Part 2 at number 1 as well. So at least somebody else thinks like I do. And yes, there was a ton of other movies that I did not get to see. I've really been wanting to see The Forever Purge. I hear nobody talk about it, so it's probably a bad sign that it's terrible. But I just bought it on 4K Blu-ray the other day. Looking forward to watching that. Eventually, I'll probably get around to watching Candyman, but that's not really my kind of movie. I wasn't a huge fan of the original, so, I'm not really too crazy to jump into this sequel / remake or whatever it is. What else do we get? Malignant. I know a lot of people love James Wan's return to horror with Malignant. I, on the other hand, opposite side of the fence. I fucking could not stand it. Nick, come on. Damn, my earbuds died. We'll try to read your lips. Talk slow. Thank you, Nick, for watching me. But yeah, I just didn't. I did not like *Malignant* as much as other people. Happy Sanjo, I didn't like *Malignant* at all. Thank you. A lot of people fucking loved it. I thought it was wacko and it made no sense. I did not enjoy it. In the end, does not redeem it at all. No, that she just, overcame Gabriel and he just hid inside of the back of her head again. Like, oh my God. Like when it started, it had that freaking mood and atmosphere like a Conjuring type of film, and I was kind of into it because I actually grew to enjoy the Conjuring films. And then it flipped it around and did this, and I was like, what? It's a tumor in the back of her head, and he has a personality, and he does stuff and turns her into a ninja. All right. Nice, nice. No, it wasn't nice. Speaking of The Conjuring 3, I actually really enjoyed. A lot of people didn't like that one either. I probably actually have that as my number one out of the Conjuring movies. Once again, hot take. Once again, not like everybody else, which is, the one thing you're definitely going to get on this channel is uniqueness that other people don't usually bring to the table, because I'm always usually opposite on these things. I know a lot of people loved Halloween Kills, and it was it was amazing. It was everything they wanted, and me, it wasn't. I'm a Halloween 2018 guy. That's always have been since I've seen it. Fell in love with that movie. Hasn't changed one bit since I've watched it over and over again through these years. So, did not change it at all. But I definitely am looking forward to your top 5. Definitely leave them in the comments below if you're watching after the fact. I'd love to know what your number 1 film was of 2021. And is it worth me even doing a 2022 most anticipated movies live next week? I don't know. I mean, I used to love coming on here doing live streams. I mean, a couple months ago, you could pull, for me being a littler channel, I don't know, anywhere between 15 to 25 people in the chat. It was amazing. I can't do that anymore. Can't do it anymore. It just doesn't happen. I mean, even whenever we had me and James had Dave McCrae on here. The Dave McCrae for an It's Me Billy watch party with the man, the myth, and the legend who made the film. And we still didn't have that many people watching. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's crazy sauce. It's crazy sauce. Honorable mention would probably be The Conjuring 3 for me. And then if I dig a lot deeper, probably I guess Malignant, but I don't really like it, so probably not. But honestly, there was a ton of fan films that came out too. I mean, It's Me Billy, amazing. Jason Rising, amazing. Roseblood, amazing. It's badass. Todd Thibodeau, my man, what's up? Appreciate you stopping in for real. Yeah, I think the fan films are doing better than the real horror films. I think It's Me Billy. If I was going to include those films on this list, It's Me Billy probably would have been number 1. And I'm not just blowing smoke up, Dave McCrae's ass and making him seem like he's the best thing since sliced bread. I just think it's a very good film. It was fantastic. Jason Rising, that would probably make my top 5. I know a lot of people didn't like it. It was kooky. It was Jason tearing shit up, and I loved it. Speaking of Jason tearing shit up, guys better stay tuned for My Special Boy from my boy James Grimm and Braden Timmons over there. Bringing Jason back, bringing the sack back. Teaser trailer looked good. It looks fantastic. It looks, obviously they use professional equipment and everything, so it looks like a damn professional film from what I've seen so far. Obviously, being buddy with the director, you get to see some things behind the scenes. And let me just tell you guys, it's going to be awesome. He showed me one of the deaths of one of the people in it. It looks amazing. Amazing. Like Hollywood film quality. Ain't even shitting you. Not saying that because he's my buddy. It looks really good. So I have high hopes of what we can do to Slay at Night. I think it's going to be amazing. But yeah, those are my top 5 horror movies from 2021. I'll run them down again real quick. Number 5, I had Halloween Kills. Number 4, I had the Fear Street Trilogy. Number 3, I had Willy's Wonderland. Number 2, I had Spiral from the Book of Saw, Suck a Dick. And number 1, Quiet Place Part 2. Those are my top 5 from 2021. It's probably going to be a very short live stream. I appreciate everybody who stopped out and hung out tonight for a little bit. Let me know. If you're watching this after the fact, please let me know your top 5 or, top 3 or just your favorite movie from 2021. I know my man Chris Snyder popped in earlier and said Spiral, Willy's Wonderland, Psycho Gorman, Resident Evil, Till Death, and Wrong Turn. Oh, I forgot about Wrong Turn. Wrong Turn featuring our boy Damien Maffei. We were trying to get him to come on board for Slay at Night. Believe me, I would love him to play the Man in the Mask again. We're going to talk to him a little bit more. We're planning on getting him on the show, actually, January 20th. So stay tuned for that. The Damien Maffei, who played in Haunt, who played in Wrong Turn, who played in Strangers Pray at Night, who is also starring in the upcoming film Time's Up. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be amazing. I mean, there'll only be one person here to watch it, but that one person will be satisfied, I'm sure. But that's probably all I got for tonight. Once again, a lovely turnout. I'm just kidding. It wasn't. But hopefully we'll get some views after the fact. Appreciate all you guys. Love all you guys. Definitely make sure to hit that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It means the world. Help this channel grow. It ain't looking like it's growing anywhere right now, but hopefully with consistency, it will grow. Trying to climb up to 4,000 subscribers. It's going to be a little bit, but hoping it keeps going. Peace out, Todd Thibodeau. You the man. But yeah, I think that's all I got for tonight, guys. Once again, appreciate everybody who came and hung out for a little bit. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let me see. Oh, you know what? This is what this live stream did. This is my live stream, and this is what happened to it. Yeah, it fell from the top of the Titanic and hit a propeller. That's what this live stream did. I'm just playing. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Should be dropping some more Scream stuff here soon. Top 5 moments from Scream 4 and probably a Scream 2022 review and a top moments of Scream 2022 and then probably a Scream franchise ranking. So a lot of Scream stuff coming up. But that's all I got for tonight. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a scary day.